Let's get to Bob Pisani. Bob, is it also quadruple witching?
Yeah, that's right. And we're going to see a lot of, in fact, we've seen huge volume right at the open because part of the quad witch happens at the open, part of it happens at the close. Let me just get to the markets right now, and we'll get to the quad witch. We're up 3% for the week, but it's been very choppy the last 6 or 7 trading sessions. We're basically trying to figure out what the glide path is for getting out into the reopening, and it's still not exactly clear, but great day for energy stocks. Boy, we're finally over $40. Now, that happened only once before since March, so we'll see if you can get over 40, but energy's having a good day. Jim was talking about the semis. You know, Micron raised, I think $65 was the price target over at Wells Fargo. Banks were up today, retail, transports, but they're still all underperforming, those cyclical groups here. Oil's up today. These are the high beta oil stocks like Marathon and Apache are on the upside. But they're all still generally underperforming for the week, these cyclical stocks, though. I want to just note growth is still where it's at. Jim correctly pointing out the semis have had a fantastic week. Companies like Lam and Applied Materials, are doing really well overall. Qualcomm's up, and this is even before the open. Some other ones like PayPal and Salesforce also having a good week. The value stocks, I know that this is a thing, but they give a couple of days of outperformance and then they just fall back again. So value is still generally underperforming the rest of the market. What's value? It's banks, it's energy, it's industrials, it's retail stocks. Still generally underperforming the market. David mentioned the quadruple, and that's happening. This is the quarterly expiration of stock and index options and stock and index futures. Happens 4 times a year, usually the biggest volume days of the year. We're also getting the S&P 500 rebalancing today, and some of the ETFs around the S&P are also rebalanced. What does all this mean? Well, it means you're going to get heavy volume around a few stocks, including everybody's favorite Apple. Buybacks continue, folks. Apple's still buying back stocks, so they're going to reduce their weighting in the S&P 500. You're going to get a lot of activity at the close around that. And remember, the object is don't move the price. Move the volume, but don't move the price because there's nothing really fundamentally going on here. They're just slightly reducing the weighting in the S&P. Amazon also out there. eBay's also going to see some significant activity. Finally, I just want to note the IPO market is just hot, hot, hot. IPO ETF is another historic high today. Finally, we're getting Albertsons. 8 months been waiting for this. The big supermarket chain, grocery store chain. They're kicking off their roadshow. They'll be pricing tentatively next Thursday for trading at the NYSE on Friday. This will be one of the biggest IPOs of the year. Obviously, we're not through, so it's not clear how big it is. Remember that IPO ETF at historic high. And look at some of these ETFs and how, these IPOs and how they're doing recently. Zoom Videos had a great month. Beyond Meat, DocuSign, CrowdStrike, Moderna. The market is very interested in recently produced companies for public trading, and we'll see that and see how Albertsons does. Of course, David, you know this company's been around a long, long time.
Yes.
Conglomeration of a number of different companies that are out there.
Safeway and Albertsons, yep, leverage buyouts, they're bringing it back. And your point's a good one on the IPOs. I mean, Warner Music also and Royalty Pharma, another two, Bob, that have done extremely well since they hit the public market.
Yeah, and you would think like the LBOs, that's a little bit of a tougher sell given all the debt levels that are out there for them. But the appetite is really noticeable for IPOs. They've been strong right across the board, regardless of what type of IPO you're talking about.